Hey class. So this video is for the beginning of week 2, and we are moving into more active logistical stuff that you need to do to get the course really up and rolling. Um, if you have not watched the syllabus course overview video, please do go watch that. It's about 20 minutes and it'll give you a much better sense of all kinds of different aspects of the course. It's important. I'm going to try and keep this one quick. This is mostly the things that I ran over in Slack, and I'm going to send you an email too. I'm trying to hit you guys in like multiple different medium to make sure everyone sees what they need to see. So this week, we're going to be signing up for the first set of critique slots. This semester, you're going to write 2 complete stories. They'll each be critiqued by the class. Then you're going to revise one of them for your final portfolio at the end of the semester. This is kind of like the bulk of the work you do for this class will be writing your stories and critiquing your classmates' stories. We will do a bunch of reading and exercises and so on over the course of the semester, but mostly this is the advanced fiction class, and at this point you're trying to write good, strong stories. Okay. So to sign up for the first set of critique slots, I'm going to send out an email specifically for that, and I'll give you the options if, essentially, if you want to request a slot. I think this is the simplest way to do it. If you feel strongly, let me know today if you want one of the slots. If not, I will assign you to one of those slots. So by the end of this week, you will know when your story is going to be critiqued. You need to get that story into the class a week in advance so that people have time to read it. Okay, it is what typically happens in these classes is that people start to slip as the semester goes on. Let's try really hard to avoid that, because you make it a lot harder for your classmates. If you send out your story at, Monday night and you're supposed to be critiqued Tuesday during a Zoom session, then, and I think what we'll do is we'll have sort of optional Zoom sessions for people who want to drop in and do that, as well as doing written critique over the course of the week. It's just a lot harder if you're behind. So aim to get it in a week early. We're also going to schedule some co-writing time. That is probably going to be at least one set will be early mornings, because that's the main time I write. But we may set up some other times as well. That's totally optional. And the idea there is I'll check into the Zoom and I'll be like, hey guys, I'm about to start writing. And then you can join me if you feel like it. And we'll keep the Zoom open and go typey, typey, typey. I find it really motivating. It's easier to work in company sometimes. So I recommend that you try it. This is optional. The next thing is that I'm going to require that next week, week 3 of the semester, you all drop into a Zoom with me to say hi in virtual person, get a little face-to-face time. It'll help us all get a better sense of each other. And yeah, that's basically it. So those will be in small groups or individually with me. I'll send out some times based on the doodle poll you guys filled out. And if none of those times are possible, let me know and we'll find an individual time. You also need to go back to the week 1 channel this week. So last week I had you all find a piece of writing you love and post it in that week 1 channel. So this week I want you to go back and read the work that your classmates shared. So there are, I think, 15 of you in the class, so you'll be reading a whole bunch of stories, which should be fun, because this is great writing, inspiring writing that your classmates are excited about. And you should write, and I want you to write craft analysis comments. And this can be a couple bullet points, a paragraph. It doesn't have to be dense or super long, on at least 5 of them. So that's your sort of a concrete assignment for this week. And you can write those directly in the Slack on their readings, right? Using the reply to make a nice threaded conversation. Continue to chat on the icebreakers, writing inspiration, and random channels. It's optional, but recommended for continuing to build class cohesion. You can join my Facebook writing accountability group if you like, or follow me on Facebook. I post a lot of writing, teaching things. That's also totally optional. Um, and you should aim to write at least 2,000 words this week. And I'm going to start joining you in that goal. And I'm creating an accountability channel on Slack called Daily Word Counts. And so the way that would work, you'd open your computer, you'd start, or your pen and paper, whatever it is. You start writing. When you're done writing for the day, you just come back there and drop it in there. And you can, maybe you're writing, I wrote 5,000 new words, or 50 new words, or I revised a scene, or I had a conversation with a friend and we worked out some plot problems together. So anything actively writing related that you're doing towards your story for the first session would be perfect, okay? And it's just very motivating, I think, in general. It can really help people get the work done. I think that's it. The last thing I wanted to say is, as I'm seeing in the icebreaker for this week was, how's virtual learning, e-learning going for you? And already a few people have answered and said that the organizational part is hard. It's easy to get distracted. It's hard to stay on task. I think that's going to be common for people across America right now. So you're not alone in that. And it's worth taking a little time to think about strategies that might make it easier. So maybe that means, maybe you empty out a closet and stick a desk in there, make a little dedicated workspace. Maybe you hang a curtain or put up a folding screen, a stack of boxes, anything that would sort of define an area. Use headphones especially if you're working in a space with other people around who are making noise. Yeah, I think through like what is going to be useful for helping you focus, and also, maybe a to-do list, maybe a calendar, maybe a checklist for like, okay, what do I need to do this week for this class and for all of my classes? Taking a little time to write that all out, in my experience, and I have ADD, so I have to think about this sort of thing a lot. Putting a little time into organization saves me time in the long run, because I don't forget things and I don't miss major things that I need to get done. So, all right, hope this was helpful. And yeah, and I'll see you on Slack. All right.